one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it, because you can.
This story comes to us from KOB4. Albuquerque, New Mexico city councilors, had a lot of questions Monday night after police shot and killed a man who was already in custody. Now, city councilors and protesters alike are demanding Albuquerque police release body camera video from that shooting on Friday. This all started when police were conducting a drug operation at the Tiwa Lodge on Central. Albuquerque PD took Matthew Garcia into custody, who had multiple warrants at the time, and Albuquerque PD admits they didn't fully pat him down before putting him into a patrol unit handcuffed.
Police are still piecing together what led an officer to kill a handcuffed man in custody just last week.
Police have today identified that man as Matthew Garcia. Court records show an extensive criminal history. These are some of the mug shots from his previous arrests. Police say they took Garcia into custody at the Tiwa Lodge on Friday for what they say was a drug cleanup operation.
About 45 minutes later, police say they saw Garcia reaching for something in his waistband, which turned out to be a gun.
You need to step out right now. Look. Why? What do you have in your hand, dude? The builders. No, dude. Stop. Stop, dude. Dude, stop. Stop.
Albuquerque PD Chief Harold Medina says once all the video is released, we will hear a conversation among officers indicating they were concerned about not fully searching Garcia before putting him in the patrol unit.
As they handcuff the individual and they begin to search him, the individual becomes very combative. We've asked our officers to de-escalate situations. We asked them to avoid the use of force. So they put this person in the car as quickly as they could to try to alleviate any further issues.
Meanwhile, Garcia's parents say they're not only upset about the shooting, but say they had to find out from people on the street that their son had died. Quote, "We are just devastated by what happened to our son being in the back of that vehicle. Not being searched before he was put in that vehicle was uncalled for. He should have been searched before he was put in that car," said the parents. They go on, "Why have we not been told about our son? Why? We found out through people on the street, and then we weren't allowed to cross the line. Well, I feel in my heart they crossed the line with our son." Medina was also at the meeting. He says early misinformation about how and when Garcia was shot has made it difficult for police. He asks for patience while people wait for more information and more video to come out. Have patience about your son being killed. Quote, "Misinformation has driven this very negative direction. The individual involved and their family, officers and their family, deserve to have proper information. Right off the bat, there was some extremely disturbing information that went out," said Medina. He goes on, quote, "The key thing here is we need time to conduct an investigation and get through the facts, to get all the information out and be able to assure we give officers their due process," end quote. What about the guy in the back of the car? Protesters who attended Monday night's meeting are also calling on the police department to fire the officers involved. Medina says the whole matter, including why Garcia was never patted down, remains under investigation. Come on. That guy should have been patted down fully from head to toe before you put him in the back of the car. I mean, you pat everybody else down. So incompetence by those officers cost this guy his life. And I understand. No, I get it to a certain degree. If he had a gun and if he was going to pull that gun out on the officers, he was wrong. He's not getting a pass for that. Okay, he was wrong. But the incompetency by those officers cost him his life. Why? Because if they had patted him down and said, "Gun," boom, they would have had the gun, he'd have been in the back of the car, and he would have went to jail. There you go. But are they going to get fired for incompetence? No. pat people down from now on. That's what's going to happen. But if a surgeon does incompetence, not only does he get fired, he gets sued for malpractice. How about that?